Two. It is summer. I thought I'd put a little Olaf on there because we're starting the summer feeling. So everybody ready for days at the lake, busy selling season, all that kind of stuff. So it's off to a good start. Events and things to know for today and for this week. The June calendar is out. I know Nicole emailed it out yesterday. I love her emails. There is so much on there, the lake look on it, and then it had the whole calendar and a lot of other links. So always check for the email that comes from her. It adds so much to what you need to know on that. Command Cafe, right after the meeting today, Daniel Turk will be upstairs in the training room. He's also going to be on Zoom as well. Take it slow. People are joining. I'll go slow. Okay, so Command Cafe, Daniel, we're slowly transitioning back to live. So Daniel is there live, but he will have Zoom going also. So we'll be able to help you either in person or on the computer. So just come in and get help with that. And we call it Command Cafe, but it's any tech related stuff. Although Command, as you're going to find out from Daniel later in the meeting today, there's a lot of cool things that we're adding to it and they're getting implemented in. So just realize it's growing and growing, and there's a lot more to learn there. 11 a.m. group coaching today for the people in the coaching program, which, by the way, we did have our first KWU enrollee we got a whole notebook system and everything, and so that is up and running, and a lot of exciting stuff happening from there. Classes for this week: Wednesday, 11 a.m. T103 buyers contracts with Don K. T103, T stands for technology. So all of our classes from here on are coded. The 100 means this is basically a beginning level. So 100s, 200s, 300s. So you'll know what you're looking for and which classes to take. Anybody can take any of them anytime. I believe that will be live or Zoom on that one, either way. But again, it's going to be a great way to start learning the contracts. You can always learn more on the contracts. You want to do them right. It's not fun to have them wrong. Thursday, C100 at 1 p.m. Getting started with Command with Dan Turkle. That is going to be an awesome class too. C is Command classes, and we'll be going through this the first couple of weeks to make sure everybody understands all the different coding on there. It's going to be pretty cool when the whole system gets rolled out. Thursday, 2:30 p.m. C200 KW Command lead to close. We're getting closer and closer to where the minute you put a contact into Command, the whole system runs for you all the way to closing. It's going to be streamlined. It's getting easier and easier as our systems are putting in place, because Command is huge. They couldn't get the whole thing going at once because they keep changing and growing with it. So realize the lead to close is going to become easier and easier on your life once we get more and more of that going. 12:30 p.m. career seminar on Friday. Who do you know that should be an agent or is interested? Lexi does a great thing of walking them through on what's expectations, what's realistic. A lot of people, believe it or not, think you get into real estate, you start making money the next day, which we know that doesn't happen. It takes a while. But she really helps them understand, gets them lined up on the training, and is introducing KWU through that as well. So it's a pretty cool thing there. Okay, here's where it gets fun. Last day in Battlefield office is June 19th. We're on the way to the new building. We got to be out of this building by the end of June. So just realize, as leadership team, we're going virtual after June 19th again, because we will not be set up in our offices over there until after agent offices. We've got the priorities right on who gets offices set up first. So we'll be going virtual. You've got to start packing. Every client you have that has a closing, say, hey, what do you do with those boxes? Get them after they're done. Bring them over, because we've got to get out of here. And we're going to have a move day. Some info's coming on that later. And we're going to have a building update later in this meeting with Dan Holt also. He's going to tell you what's going on. But every time I go over there, there is more and more done. They're zooming quickly through it. So anyway, last day in office is June 19th. We go back to almost like COVID style. We'll be virtual from the leadership side. So just be aware of that. New associates, we had 1, 2, 3, 4. We had 4 people join us in May. So even though, and you realize on our agent count, it's kind of the same as a contract. Whatever you're doing then comes back 30 days later. So in the middle of the COVID and the shutdown, we still brought in 4 new people. So they're around the office some, and we have more and more joining. I think we even have an onboarding in the next week or so. So talk to people. There's a lot of momentum with us, and the things we've got going with the new building and everything else. So lots of new people. HSA Warranty and USA Mortgage, our alliance partners, reach out to them still. Casey said he's still getting tons of applications all the time. So the loans are still going through. There was a weird bump when the shutdown first started because the banks were worried about what's going on, but it's like they've settled down and the credit scores are back to kind of normal. So anybody with solid employment still in good shape there. Home warranties, put them on. I always recommend them on every single house you do as a listing. There's a way to do that to protect your person. So whatever inspections come up, it can sometimes cover. And I learned this from Brian Stone. When you're talking about a warranty with somebody, think peach. P is plumbing, E is electrical, A is appliances, C is cooling, H is heating. Those 5 things are basically covered. So think peach when you're talking with people about a warranty, and they'll realize kind of what helps them and what protections they've got. Broker moments, checking the chat, anything from Jim or Don. I know they say read your contracts, know what you're doing. Don't get yourself in legal hot water. And there's classes on the buyer's contracts this week also, so get into those. Company culture. Last week's winner was Rachel Lusk. And so I talked with her today. I said, of all of our wonderful agents, because it's so hard to pick a culture person, because there's so many of us that are excellent. Her choice for this week was Elise Riley. So Speedy will be coming over to Elise's desk. Yay for Speedy, yay for Elise. She's a great agent, great person. So glad she won it this week. DTD2. You should be calling your S's and your U's this week. If you're like me, you don't have many on the U's, so a lot of S's. And if you're doing the text thing also, text your O people. Check in with them, see how they're doing for summer. Remind them that you're here for any needs they have, and ask them for boxes while you're talking to them. Last week's numbers. Okay, we've had a final change on this. Notice on listings, 10 more listings than contracts. That's the first time in about 5 weeks, I think, that we've had more listings than contracts. And on SOMO, it was 20 more. So our inventory is building up again. So just realize that's what's supposed to happen this time of year. I think last year, though, typically we'd have about 350 to 400 listings a week. So we're still under, but it really feels like there's going to be a boom as people start realizing the market's not going anywhere. Okay, we're going to pause for a second here. Change is something that happens quite a bit everywhere. So we got a video here we're going to share with you, assuming I can get to the right screen. Sorry for the pause. The joy of a guy that doesn't know technology so well. We've got a quick video. I'm going to let it run. And then we'll have a few comments after that. We want to get this running for you.
You see it?
Yep. Just excited to share a little bit of news with you. I know that 2020 has been a crazy year.
Wrong screen share, sorry. Technology help us come from the other room. By the way, you're looking at my lovely wife Becky. That's in Disney World.
And that's Rachel.
And that's Rachel.
In the office.
I love Rachel. She makes my life easy. It's there. Yay.
Restarted.
Okay. Thank you so much. I gotta get better at stuff.
Hey, Lance, I'm just excited to be with you today and share a little bit of news with you. I know that 2020 has been a crazy year. It's about to get a little bit crazier. As the pilot and flight attendants say on every flight, buckle up. This is going to be a bit of a bumpy message, so stay with me. 3 years ago, I got the awesome opportunity to be your team leader. And today that journey comes to an end. I'm going to tell you more about why here in just a minute, so watch this whole thing and I'll explain it. But before I before I explain the why, I just gotta give thank you to some people. I want to thank God for directing me to this company. I prayed for this opportunity, and every step of the way, I prayed confirmation every time I went into this long KPA process. He confirmed, and I'm just so thankful to be with all of you. I'll thank my family. I've honestly neglected you guys a little bit too much in the last several years, and that's going to get changed. And then here quickly, and I want to thank my team. You know, Mike is such a great guy. I mean, what a good soul. What a phenomenal person. I just can't say enough good things about you. You're not just funny and good looking, you're also a really good teammate. And so blessed that you're a part of this team. And Rachel, what can I say? You've been you're a rock star, and I just mad respect for you. Glad to be able to say I helped hire this girl and watch her career explode. We've had amazing partnership and just great teamwork, and I'm so thankful for you. I can't say enough good things about you. Nicole, I'm going to miss your weekend recaps and your quirky sense of humor so much. But I'm excited for you and Chris and your future together. And Lexi, thank you so much. Everything you've done for the new agent program to help develop agents has been phenomenal. Thank you for joining me on that journey. Layla, Lindsay, last of all, thank you guys for joining this crazy ride. You're going to love it. It's a great team. I haven't got to know you guys as much, but what I've known is you're just phenomenal people, and I'm blessed that you're on this team as well. I've always had a belief inside that I've had some of the best investors in all of Keller Williams to work with. That starts with OP and one of my good and best friends in life, and that's Dan Holt. Dan, thank you for giving me this amazing opportunity. You get to know somebody really well when you walk through the KPA. And 3 years being in business with you, I've gotten to know you really well. So just thank you for being a friend, for giving me this opportunity, and believing in me and listening to me and all the things that we got to build together. The growth has just been thankful to you. We're going to miss our conversations on a daily basis. We're still going to have them. But, I just love your friendship. Same thing for Adam. I'm very thankful for him as well. And the growth that his team has been on has just been astronomical. It's been so fun to be a part of that, a witness to that. I got to thank my brokers, Jim and Don. Jim and Don are two of the best in business. I'm almost working with you guys every day. And just thankful that Keller Williams has such great brokers. I've always believed that also that your job is never your identity. It's simply where you serve. And so you say, why now, Travis? There's so many good things going on, but guess what? There's never a good time. And what I've been dealing with personally is my soul has been just kind of out of alignment. And I just haven't been right physically. I haven't been right spiritually. I've been searching. And this is a decision that is just time to do. It's time to make that move on to the next ride. The team leader role is not for the faint of heart. It's a hard role. It's a grinding role. That's why, as a 3-year-old team leader, I am the second most senior out of 30 in the greater Heartland. There's a reason for that. It's a challenging role. I have to step back from the way and get myself back in alignment and get my soul rested and healed and healthy. And, I haven't done that very well, so I'm going to do that now. That starts now. But you say, Travis, why now? The new building? And that's exactly why. All the challenges that we've been working on as a leadership team, as a brokerage, are in perfect alignment for us to literally launch forward. And so I'm so excited for the future. We have the best team. We have the best technology. We've got the best building. We've got the best training with Keller Williams University, and so many things coming through that you guys don't know yet that's coming through Kennedy Connect. So many more things we're working on that I've helped the team build and that are coming. Just get ready. It's never been better. We're going to absolutely explode and just dominate this market even more than we already have been. So I've always believed also that Keller Williams is never about one person. It's certainly never been about me, or it's not even really about Gary John. It's an idea, it's a belief in values of God and business. So when those values get out of the line, you gotta get yourself aligned. We'll live those values like I preached. And I'm just honored to be able to serve all of you for the time that I've been able to. I've been able to sit in the office and plan with some of you. I've been able to pray with you. I've cried with you. I've celebrated and laughed with you. And each one of you have given me more than I could ever give back. So thank you. Best days in this company are ahead. I love all of you. God bless you. Take care.
So quite a just no words really. I do have Dan Holt in here with me, and we just wanted to address some of this with you. And number one, we like Travis said, there's no good time.
No, there's not a good time, and also it's the best time. And the reason I say that is we are here to honor and to respect Travis for the thing that he's done. We're also here to honor and respect his wishes and desires. Have a platform that he's able to fund and live his perfect life. That's the beauty of Keller Williams. So we honor and respect him for the things that he did for Keller Williams during his tenure here. It is a very, very hard job, and there's a lot of strain and stress put on that. And that's his legacy. The legacy is he worked his tail off, making this great for everybody every day, the best that he knew how, and the best that I knew how. And he and I had a lot of struggles and conversations over that. It was a fun journey. And now it's our job to support him going forward. So we clearly have a leadership team in place. That's why we have a leadership team. We have the ALC. We have leaders all over in our market center. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. But this is an exciting time. We have a lot of great things going. And I'm really looking forward to what the next chapter of this is.
And just so you all know, we as the leadership team, we will make sure that everything is there to help support you, keep everything going for you. I believe the best is still coming for Travis and for us. So I just see great things on both sides of it.
Yeah.
It's just it's been a year of change.
It's been a hard year, and you know what? The biggest growth comes from challenges.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm excited about. Is that Travis has challenges in front of him. We have challenges in front of us. But like to reiterate what you said, this won't impact your business at all. If this is a leadership opportunity for growth and development, and we're here to support you and your business. Your job, sell houses. Go sell them all. We'll help you sell more.
Yep. And like I said, the team's here to help you with whatever. There is still growth and still lots of exciting things going. And as you said earlier when talking with the leadership group on it, the bus is still moving, and we've got a lot ahead of us. And in fact, that is our next step. We want to go ahead.
We're not moving into a new bus, by the way.
That's right.
We're moving for a little bit.
You never know.
I think next on your list is talk about the building.
Yes, try to get that up so they can see our kind of list of stuff. And the building update.
Perfect.
Yes.
Okay.
So tell us about the building update.
Yeah, so I've been to the building. I'm there probably 3 to 4 times a week. Sometimes I just drop in to see the progress and what's happening. Yeah, we are, roughly just a little over 3 weeks from actually taking occupancy. By the way, I'll say this, don't everybody run over there right now, but typically 8 to 5, the doors are open at the building. So if you're just kind of curious to see the progress of how it's coming, walk in. They're in kind of some of the dirty stages upstairs. They're painting, they're spraying. If it stinks and smells like paint and you don't want to stink and smell like paint, you might not hang around too long.
Right.
But it's super interesting to see the progress of what's happening. Phase 1, which would be the upstairs and the main area, that's going to be done. I mean, this is all on the heels of each other. There's not going to be any lag time. So, they've installed all new LED lights throughout the whole building.
And
the lighting is completely different inside that building. By the way, like almost all the private offices have their own thermostat. And it's radiant heat. So like no more of this fighting over thermostats back and forth. I couldn't be more excited about the building. Go check it out, do a drive-by, like I said, buzz inside. But the main thing I want to keep in mind is this is about progress. This isn't about you looking. So we don't want to look you lose to get in the way. Go check it out though, seriously, and buzz through really fast if you have 5 minutes, and let the guys work and gals that are over there. It is a parking lot full of contractors grinding stuff out, and we're hitting this deadline.
And remember, it is a construction site, so if you go over there, be careful. I took my wife Becky over the other night, and there was some vinyl flooring somewhere that had been ripped up. Didn't think about the fact that it's all sticky. So she's in flip-flops, takes 2 steps off her feet are stuck, and she's like, hell.
Walk out of her shoes.
Exactly. So realize it's a construction site. Be careful. I'd say, I think they're closing down around 4:30 every day.
Yeah.
If you want to sneak by right towards closing time, take a walk through, but there's so much space. We're all going to be one big family together again. So.
Yeah. The training room's twice the size of our training room now. This is all going to be about education, learning, technology. And at the end of the day, the whole reason behind this was to create a culture that we've always been known for, to help you sell more houses. Period.
And that's the goal of the reason the investors want to buy a building instead of keep renting. Everything is focused towards making us as individual agents and as a team stronger. So it's good news ahead.
That's right.
So
really exciting times.
Yeah. Speaking of, as our growth keeps going, next item on the list there. Last year we were in the Dynamic Dozen again. Springfield Business Journal puts out a thing where you can, to put in these things. They decided which are the fastest growing companies in town or in the area. 3rd year in a row, we've been in the Dynamic Dozen. We were number 11 this year. To give you sort of a reference, Cox Hospital is number 9. So we're up there, and a lot of these were tech companies that had started from nothing and it had exponential growth. But 3 years in a row.
And in the last 20 years, only one other real estate company has been named once 1 year, or the only one that's got it 2 years, or the only one that's got it 3 years.
Yeah, and so we had a great party over at the pitch last week, and everything's just exciting. It's all coming together at once for some cool things here.
Growth happens slow and then exponential.
That's right. So, can you hang around with us more?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Next item, KWU. School's in for summer, Alice Cooper fans there. Basically, KWU, if you're a current agent, nothing changes except we've changed the way everything's set up, and it's a progressive way for new agents to get trained, know exactly what they're doing. Worst thing on earth is to get ready to write a contract and not know how to go through the steps. KWU is going to change all the training aspects of it. And so anybody new, or if you have gone through and you want to join things again, talk with Lexi. It is a cool system, and Dan Turkle, and he'll be talking here in a second on part of it. We kind of put the contract agent part in, and that's part of KW also. Contract agent is a person on call every day through every month, and the June list is up. We've got it posted around the office here, and we'll get it online to you. But what that's for is, as an agent, you have an advisor who can help you. Sometimes you're needing to get a contract written quickly, like on a weekend. I know I talked to 2 agents this weekend who were in bidding wars and needed quick help. The contract agent is someone you can call for quick advice if you're not sure on how to do something. Like I had one person who called me on the escalation clause, how to use that because they're going into a bidding war. But this is posted around, so every day you have support. So you've got your coaching people, you've got your education people, and the contract agent is like the safety net underneath. So you always have somebody you can get a hold of. And we'll post that. Last time we linked it to the Facebook page with the whole list. We'll get that up for you also. Now, cool thing. Command, as it started, has multiple pieces, and the goal and the exciting thing of it, it's all in, once it's completed, we'll loop together. So Rachel, can you take over and kind of tell us about the cool thing coming up with the entrance of DocuSign into Command?
Yeah, so our long-awaited journey is finally coming to a close. We've been on this journey since September of last year, letting you know that a change is coming, and we're happy to say that now this change is officially coming. We are renewing with dotloop for 90 days. And this 90-day renewal is to ensure that we have enough time to make sure all of our agents are trained on DocuSign. So our state forms are loaded in DocuSign. Our last bit is getting the board forms loaded in there, and then we'll be good to go. So our Market Center has a 30, 60, 90-day plan on how we're going to roll this out to everybody as far as an executive team and the trainings that we're going to provide. But I'm going to let Dan Turkell, our tech ambassador, hit on the awesome items that he's created for this rollout.
All right, good morning, everyone. So I'd like to kind of just touch on a few reasons for why I personally think it's a good thing that we're switching from Dotloop to DocuSign. And the first of those reasons has to do with the fact that Dotloop is owned by Zillow. And we don't necessarily want Zillow owning the company we use for all of our e-signatures for a bunch of different kinds of reasons I don't really need to go into right now. But I just want you to know that Josh Team has said that all the data generated through DocuSign will be solely owned by Keller Williams, which is really exactly how we want it to be. We don't want that owned by Zillow. It also turns out that Command has artificial intelligence built into it. And up until recently, this artificial intelligence wasn't really able to access the data in the forms that we use through Dotloop, since we're just kind of uploading a lot of PDFs. But with this DocuSign integration now really fully built into Command, it's really going to help us be a lot more informed. And I'm personally pretty excited about this, because down the road, at some point, I definitely don't have a date on this, but with the help of this artificial intelligence, when an agent's writing an offer, they're going to know at the start, based on real-time data that they'll have access to at that point, whether or not an offer has a high or low probability of acceptance, which I think is pretty cool. And this is just going to enable you to, talk to your clients and suggest tweaks to make an offer more compelling and different things like that. And that's something we would have never been able to do with Dotloop. But now that DocuSign is kind of being incorporated into Command through the Opportunities applet, it's really just going to open up a lot of doors for opportunity. And also, the way in which DocuSign is incorporated into Command, it really makes it super easy and streamlined now to pull documents into Command. All right, you don't need to download documents from DocuSign and then manually upload them into Command like we oftentimes have to do with Dotloop. We're able to just pull documents that have been signed in DocuSign directly into an opportunity in Command. So the bottom line here really is just that DocuSign, I think, is really ultimately going to make our lives easier and better. Now, obviously, this is a significant change, and you're probably thinking, I have to, learn how to use DocuSign now, even though I already know Dotloop. So put together a web page, a single web page that's going to pretty much teach you everything you need to know to start using DocuSign effectively. And it's got 4 different videos on this web page, which I strongly encourage you to watch. The first 3 are relatively short, and the 4th one is kind of like the core part of what you really need to know about it. And then below these videos on this single web page, there's a few resources that you can read through to better understand it if you're more of a reading person than a video person. And then there's a few other miscellaneous resources on that page as well. And it's just got really everything you need to kind of, have a comprehensive understanding of how to get the most out of DocuSign and how to use it within opportunities in Command and everything. So a link to that webpage is going to be emailed out after the team meeting here. And if anyone has any questions about any of that, always feel free to reach out to me, and we'll be happy to help. That's all I got.
Yeah, so I want to highlight a couple of things Dan had mentioned. The biggest part of this is a transition. I know majority of you were here when we transitioned from paper files to Dotloop. So here we are going through another transition. We know that these forms probably won't be perfect right away. There may be some forms that are missing some fillable lines or some signature boxes here or there. And if you come across that, please send Dan or myself an email and we'll work on getting this corrected. We need your partnership throughout this transition as much as we can to help make sure that this program is built for you guys. I've also included the link that Dan had made from the webpage in the comment section as well. So you can click right there and that will take you to the web page. But like you said, we'll email it out and text it out. And this will be a conversation for the next 90 days of making sure that we're equipping you with the training materials to have your business set up for when we make this transition fully. So that's all we have.
So Daniel, let me ask on this. So theoretically, you can put a contact into Command, start them on a smart plan, find them a house, start writing a contract. It will help you know what will make the contract more sellable or more acceptable. It will load it into opportunities. and then it will get you through to the very end.
Yeah, at some point down the road, again, I don't have a timeline for us, but in reading through different resources online, that's what I've personally learned, is that the artificial intelligence built into Command is going to be able to be fully taken advantage of now that we're using DocuSign, which is much more integrated into Command than .loop was. .loop was kind of separate, but now DocuSign is fully integrated into it, and at some point we'll be able to make more educated decisions about those things. And
faster, like if you're in a bidding war and you've got to get an offer in quickly, everything will already be there. You basically just put in the final details and everything goes. Okay. Yeah, it'll take a little time to get used to DocuSign at first, of course, but I'd like to think once folks do learn it and start using it and get more comfortable with it, they'll realize that it's just as good, if not better, I think, than .loop. So.
And we have a 115-day transition period to make that happen. And I understand that most people are going to wait till 109 days to be like, I've never heard of this. When did this come out? And that's the story of a real estate agent. And you can transition anytime. Pick one contract and run it through that way. Don't maybe transition everything at one time. Just start gradually rolling your business into this. Yeah. And the videos, and I think Rachel just put the link in the chat, but we're also going to send that out to everybody. But the videos will show you how to get it set up. And I think we're going to try and tell you, in the first segment, do one contract. Once you do that, I think you're going to be like, oh, this is so much simpler. Yeah. So it's going to, baby steps, but we'll get you there on that. Yep. So that's right. And Nicole is saying, check your emails after team meeting. It'll all go out. The first 3 videos are 10 minutes and 27 seconds total for all 3 videos. We counted up the seconds yesterday. So if you can spend 10 minutes and 27 seconds, you'll figure it out. So, great. Anything else, Dan or Rachel, on that?
Nope, we're excited to make the transition, finally.
Yeah, just feel free to reach out with any questions.
Okay, very cool. Get the screen back over here. So that's basically all of our info for the week. But as we all know, the last week or so has been just something else around our country. If you've seen the email from Gary Keller, he put out something that was very, very well worded on what's going on and what we should do as not just agents, but as people and everything. And so we get the right one up here. There's the letter that he sent out to everyone, but also I came across a team leader in Minneapolis. And so I wanted to read this to you all, just so there's a lot of good words here. I know the screen you're looking at, you may not be able to see the whole letter from Gary, but take a look through that while I read this from Jennifer Briggs, who's team leader in Minneapolis. Fellow leaders, as the team leader for Minneapolis Market Center, I am imploring you as leaders to not be silent on the current matters of systematic racism and the murder of George Floyd, especially if you are white. Our black and brown brothers and sisters need to know that we are allies and advocates. They need to know we're angry alongside them, that we see them, that we hear them, and that we are anti-racist, not just sorry. These are historic days. This is not the time to stay in a safe zone with our words. People are watching us. They are taking note, and they will remember us both by what we say and do, as well as what we don't say and don't do. If you have had guilt or been silent because you're in shock or speechless, reach out and ask for help. It is not our black friends' jobs to comfort us in our sadness and confusion. It is our job to lead. Leaders lead. We need to find strength from where it comes from and stand up against the evil and injustices we're seeing. In Minneapolis, we are in a race war. If you're not watching the news, turn it on. We just watched a fuel tank barrel into a crowd of peaceful protesters. And by the way, this was written 3 days ago, so this is nothing currently happening right now. We have rubber bullets flying at bystanders, fires in the streets, children getting tear gas in their eyes, helicopters flying, the National Guard moved in, and my agents lay awake at night praying for safety. And again, this is not someone on Facebook just posting something. This is one of our Keller Williams family living in Minneapolis. I've also seen more heart, compassion, generosity, and love from people that I've seen in my lifetime. We want justice, peace, love, and unity. I realize these are strong words, and yet it is obviously tone deaf if we are going on with business as usual and not addressing this. Our black and brown KW agents need to know where we stand, and so do our white agents. KW family, it's time to demonstrate that we love one another as a family would. From one side of the country to the next, we are connected. Lean into your discomfort and say something. And then say something again tomorrow. And if you don't know what to say, say that. now is not the time to be silent. So as a company, as a local market center, as a team, we're imploring you to use love in everything you do. Everybody's going through things, and we all need to just be aware and love each other, and especially reach out to people who may feel like they're being not seen and not heard. So that's our culture always, and so that's what I want to focus on, is that we stay here to take care of our people and the people we don't know yet, and anybody else. Dan, comments, or?
No, that's great. My last closing word I'd say is culture isn't something that happens on accident. Culture is something that happens because of our intentionality to, number one, be good people in all things. Number two, to love people all the time. And number three, to support each other. So that's what culture is. It's not an accident. It's intentional. Thanks, guys.
And we are here, and that's what we've got. So again, just be aware of what's going on, be safe, love each other, and help each other out. Kind of the end of the team meeting. It won't be a full hour today. Want to let you know again, Dan, am I Turkel or Turkel? Which way am I saying it? Turkel?
Dan Turkel.
I got it. I heard Rachel say it. I'm like, oh man, I'm saying his name wrong. Okay, I'll work on that. But he'll be up in the training room and be on Zoom. Any kind of help besides command. And I'd like to end with that picture every day, because now we're less than a month away. So thank you all for joining us. Team, your leadership is here. We're here to help you with whatever you need. Reach out and go out there or sell some houses.
Sell all the houses.
Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.
Great job, Mike.